Hello and good morning. We are back. Almost forgot my coffee. Life support system. We have a hopefully a fun deep dive show for you guys today. I really do believe we are at the big turning. We are there. The turning has occurred. Today's show is going to be about the value of things and how I understand where they're going for me. I'm going to try and relate them to you. See, the coins in which you've purchased have an equation to value. Our whole life long, we've made that assumption as to be a dollar or a peso or wherever you live, okay, a euro. We believe that that value, oh, well, this truck's worth this, or that painting's worth that many of these things. That equates value. This is inaccurate. This is not how we need to, going forward, assess value. I know, deep subject. You own coins. These coins are not an equation to a US dollar. They're not equivalent. They're different, okay? The US dollar is nothing, right? Ever since 71, it's nothing. It is not a piece of gold. It's not even a technology, because technology would never allow it to be duplicated and replicated and constantly, filtered down into diminishment. Technology wouldn't allow it to do that, such as many of the coins that you and I own have a limited number to them for a very logical reason, okay? You and I own a technological advancement that, in my opinion, it's bigger than the railroad. It's bigger than planes. I don't know if it's that big, but anyway, stay in the ballpark here with me, Al. I want you to see the value of the coin that you own in a different manner and light today. Because when you equate what you own to a number of US dollars, you're diminishing the value of the thing in which you hold to its number go up in equivalent to the inflation in which the chimps at the top are printing. It's bigger than that. Because see, for the first time in man's history, we have something that's diminishing. In other words, deflating. Because why? In particular in Bitcoin's case today, but it's going to happen with Ethereum and all the other coins down the line. It's coming to a coin near you, as I like to say. They're not making any more of them, as we know. And they're being consumed by people who are never going to sell them. This is a deflationary thing. They're making less and less of them with the halving, as we all know. This is deflationary. Its technology is deflationary because all technology is deflationary because it advances things to make them cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Okay? This is this fundamental aspect that crypto has, that gold didn't have, that printing of US dollars didn't have on a piece of paper, and even the digits they have now, because they ruined the money by printing more of it, as we all know. So you have this thing that is going up in value, not just because they're printing more dollars in an inflationary manner, it's because it's becoming more and more scarce. Scarcity is important, okay? Scarcity creates value, okay? And the value comes to you in the manner of your mindset for the last 1,000 years is, oh, I get more money for that. I need all of us to go deeper than that today. This is a bigger picture than that. See, this is what people like Larry Fink and these other people that are trying to own more and more of these. And why do you think he wants an Ethereum ETF next? Why do you think he's already talking about an XRP ETF? Because he knows these things are scarce assets. He sees that digital world is now becoming real. Analog is becoming digital. Digital is future of man. The movement of money, as we all know as XRP fans, is astronomically fast. I had a great conversation with, I think I can use his name, my buddy Ron, who's a great fan of the show. Hey Ron, love you, brother. We have, he had a situation with his bank, and I don't want to tell the whole story because it's his personal life. But essentially, bankers have no idea what a wallet is. They have no concept, especially on the low level. They don't get it. Well, what does that tell you? That tells you that the people at the very top of banking get it, but they don't want the tellers or the lower end or the branch managers to understand it yet. Why? Because they see its scarcity and they want to hoard it before it gets to that level of the public. Because they know its importance going forward. When you try to explain, Ron had a great analogy for this. When you try to explain a wallet to people, they don't get it. They're like, well, how come your name isn't on it? Well, Ron's analogy was this. Well, when you buy a Louis Vuitton purse, is your name in it? No. But the money or the storage of value is kept in the wallet, right? In that case, the purse, right? But your name isn't in it. Like if somebody lost a wallet on the side of the road or a purse on the side of the road, there was no ID in it, but yet it had money in it. It's not printed on the side of the wallet anywhere. And this is what they want. They want you to own, and they want to be able to identify you for your wallet, for everything. It has to be etched. We want to know who you are and who's moving it and why you're moving it. Those days are dying on them. They don't know it yet, but it's coming to your life. Because it's more valuable to be anonymous. We know that. We want it to be that way. Look, it doesn't matter who I am. It doesn't matter. This is my money and I'm spending it like this. And if you don't approve of the way that this money is being spent, then I'll go to somebody who does. It's none of your business, my wallet. None your damn business. It's very hard for them because they're stuck in this paradigm of past. Where we're going, people, is so much further than I can even explain and I can even comprehend at today's video. I can't go there with you. I listened to a buddy of mine's video the other night and he uses this term, many people use this term right now, and they use the term hype. Crypto's all hyped up and be careful, it could go too high and then crash and burn. That's not going to happen. That's right. I just said that. That's not going to happen. Well, with a lot of coins it will. But with the top 20, the solid use case, transactional companies that can generate fees, even minuscule fees, with the security and the safety of being able to transmit billions of dollars for nothing. And you know the coin I just described. This is valuable. That's real value that the US dollar cannot do. Why? Because everybody around the world sees this US dollar as just being like water, like air, eventually. It's like, well, how many more of those things are you going to print? You can't keep printing. This is what other nations know about our dollar, as you know from other shows. So how could something get that is scarce and limited in amount, how could that become hype? So long as it's being used, so long as it's being sought after as a mechanism of transfer of value, how can that ever get hyped? No, it won't and it can't, because it's value. This is why I don't believe in CBDCs. CBDC is no different than the money than which they print now. What's going to keep, and trust me, Ripple, I know they're gonna work with these countries and they're gonna create CBDCs. What's the value in that? Where's show me the value? And some company saying, well, we now have $20 trillion in CBDCs. Based on what? Is that all you're ever gonna have? Are you gonna create more of them? Clearly they will. This is what they always do. There's nothing stopping them from creating more of them, right? That's why you need a consensus. That's why you need to have to mine coins, or you need to have a staking program. There has to be a limited amount. There has to be, okay, there's 100 billion of these XRP coins, or there's 21 million of this Bitcoin. You have to have that for honesty. That's what we lost in 1971. We all know that story. So how can this be hype? People who think that crypto isn't hype, they're still equating to the value of the crypto in which they own in dollar form. Do you understand? They're giving, by somebody telling me that, oh, this crypto bubble is a bubble and it's just hype because it'll just all crash one day. Why would it crash when it's consuming the value of all things on the planet? You don't have the largest financial... God, I gotta tell this story. I'm gonna throw him under the bus. He's a good friend of mine. Really good friend of mine. And he and I had a discussion about, wow, look at Bitcoin. You know, we were just talking about it was 30,000 the other day, and now it's at 64,000 and touched the other day. And he's like, man, that's incredible. But, you know, Vanguard still doesn't allow ETFs. And I think my text back to him was, well, for 15 years now, it's consumed a lot of different people's knowledge. And it's consumed a lot of people that have talked poorly of it over the years, and they all fall like dominoes eventually. And one day that company will regret that decision. Such as China's flip-flop on whether it's legal like 4 times, India 4 times. The US is trying to fight it. Isn't it odd that like half of the damn senators in the Senate hate it and the other half love it, and yet it's legal, yet you can be taxed on it in our country for capital gains, and yet you can buy it in a trust fund at an ETF and it's legal, but yet the other half want to ban it and outlaw it. That's when it tells you it has value, and it's devastating the value of all things and consuming it like a giant sponge. So I thought it was so funny that I not even 48 hours later, after having that text transaction with my friend, I see that the 33 years founder of Vanguard is stepping down. They lost nearly 20%. 20%. And I think another 10 or 20% were saying, I'm out. I'm pulling my millions, hundreds of millions of dollars from Vanguard if you do not allow me to buy these ETFs. So the old dinosaur is getting kicked to the road. Another dinosaur down. And when you get that, then this comes back to what I'm talking about with value. He's living in the value of the dollar. He doesn't want to let go of the grip that he has, because that's how he became wealthy. That's what he knows. We all live in the past in which we know. He doesn't see the innovation. He's lost himself in the past. You cannot even compare Kodak with the phone on your camera, or the camera on your phone. Kodak got crushed. It's so simple, guys, but so complex, because our entire lives have been, what is value is money. And everything other than money is a number of value based on money. Well, you can't base the value of things when they're constantly inflating the value or the quantity of money in the market. This is what I mean. This is bigger than the railroads or the planes, in the sense that value of money is everything. It constitutes the labor and the efforts of your entire life. It's important. And we've abused it. Should say they have abused it. They've treated it like a stepchild. At the expense of you and I's back, and our hard work, and our efforts. Those lives have to end. It's pretty simple, really. We can equate things to value digitally now and have a lock. No, this is the lock. This is it. That's what you get. That's how many XRP there are, period. And by the way, we're burning them. So there's going to be fewer in the future. Deal with it. This is money now. This is the value. Deal with it. Live within those means. Understand that. They can't, because they've been abusive for so long. They're like an addict that always has to have more and more, and they create more of these digits and more of these digits. And then they've brainwashed us since children to believe that those digits are real. To the point where I hear incredibly brilliant minds tell me, oh yeah, well, crypto's a hype. How can it be a hype? Do you understand that? How can something, you're telling me then, if crypto's a hype, you're telling me the dollar is real. You understand that? I know you guys get that. No, the only real thing is something that has a digital base to it and hundreds of thousands of computing network to keep it real. There's nobody keeping it real at the banking system currently today. It's just so incredible to me, the time in which we live, because we're redesigning. We're not redesigning air travel or ground travel like a railroad or a plane. We're redesigning the value of things, all things. And for the first damn time in the history of man, the little guy, you and I, got in before the system. And I know you got all your speculation and all that out there that, oh, you know, XRP is this, or Cardano's that, or, you know, it's corrupted by this, and, you know, don't you know the NSA created Bitcoin? I got all that. That doesn't matter. Why are they in a mad dash scramble to own these coins right now? And I'm talking about massive banking institutions. And why are they not telling everybody on the television every single day to go out and run out and buy it? Because they are trying to buy it. They're trying to catch up. They're trying to catch up to where you and I are. And they're not there yet. And they're spending, I want to say I think they're $1 billion a day. $1 billion a day, guys. I heard a stat the other day that just blew my mind. Bitcoin, just Bitcoin, right? Beat like the value of Tesla or Visa. It's number 10 in the world. More valuable than Visa. More valuable than JP Morgan, the man that called it a pet rock the other day. It's outvalued you, Jamie. How do you feel about that? And it's not going to stop at number 10. Okay? It's not. And then let's add the other crypto on, which takes you from 1 trillion, 1.2 trillion to 2.3 or whatever it is now. I think that's like number 2 Number 3, if you add all the crypto together, it's like number 2 or number 3 in the world of value of all companies, corporations. And how do I know that's important? Because, like Edward Snowden said the other day, nation states are buying. I did a bunch of videos talking about this not long ago, about that. I thought the next bull market would be nation states coming and buying crypto. It's happening now. That's how accelerated and how crushed time is now. It's the quickening or whatever you want to call it. Okay, things are occurring faster and faster and faster. Technology is coming at us faster and faster. And technology needs something real. You know, AI and computers can't deal on something that you're constantly changing the value proposition in it. Like the creation of more money every other day. It can't comprehend, it can't compute with that. It needs a slide rule. It needs a fixed number, which is what you and I own. We're bringing reality to countries, to banking systems. And it's finally here, guys. And this isn't going to be one of those, oh, it's going to go up for 2 years and then it's going to go down for 2 years and then go up for 2. It's not that anymore. This, again, my guess, I'm wrapping my head around the whole thing. I keep talking about this. Technical analysis is absolutely useless when you have countries and the largest institutions in the world buying your coins up. Technical analysis can't keep up with that. How do you use technical analysis when the thing is skyrocketing? Minute by minute, it's skyrocketing, and somebody pulls the plug over at Coinbase. Well, I'm sure it was accidental. And the whole market crashed $7,000. How do you put that into a technical analysis chart? You can't. That's a fundamental issue. And yet I see these anyway. I don't want to go on about that. I was a technical analysis trader forever and ever and ever. And there's certain things that man does and certain things that scarcity does that cannot be shown on a graph with an RSI, which is nothing but history. That's the history that I keep talking about. We all keep valuing everything in the history of the value of the dollar going back, and everybody analyzing charts. These are lagging indicators. They have no idea what man does when man says, uh-oh, I want to own all of those. And that uh-oh moment, that S-curve happening, is beginning now. Right now. You think you've seen hype? You don't even know. When there's fear in the streets that people don't have, that FOMO day, when they all figure out that they don't have enough coins. Good Lord, you don't even hype. Nobody even knows yet. Nobody knows. You know that. How many people do you talk to every single day that know a damn thing about crypto? None. And what they do know is negative. They don't know it's going to change their lives yet. They don't even have an idea that it's going to change their futures. Not even a clue. They don't even know what an airplane is yet. Let alone ever flown in one. When their life is their wallet, they'll get it. And then it'll be on their damn phone like every other thing. Oh yeah, of course. Everybody knew that. We all know that, Alan. Why do you keep talking like you guys figure something out before we already got that. It's because it'll be embedded in them from day one, and they'll get it, and they won't even know they're using it, and crypto will change the face of this planet. Period. Anyway, I love rambling along, and I enjoy my conversations with you guys, and it's so much fun. And I try to comment down below. If you like this kind of content, I love putting it out there because it makes my mind just go, poof, and I love that. I get to share it with somebody, and then you guys get to comment and laugh at me and tell me what I got wrong and all the things I got wrong. And there's a quite extensive list there. You probably got a lot of material to work with. But I'm just having fun doing it, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying them. And I'm going to just do this. I think I'm going to post this on Saturday. So this will happen. And I'll try and keep consistent on these Saturday videos. Again, if you like this kind of content and you think that you gained any sort of value at all, click the like, because that helps other people understand what you and I own. It helps other people hear what we're talking about. And it helps more and more people adopt the future of money. And that allows people to understand that it's going to change their lives. And they're going to use it every single day. Why wouldn't the little man own it now? Makes sense to me. All right, guys. With that, I am out, and I love you very much. I'll be back soon.